What's up everyone? With the Xbox 360 store closing down soon, now is the perfect time to grab some classic games before they become hard to find and the prices skyrocket. In today's video, I'm going to be highlighting some of the must-have Xbox 360 games that you should add to your collection before it's too late. From epic adventures to unforgettable experiences. These titles are gems you won't want to miss. Now without further ado, let's dive in. The Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection is a remastered compilation of two classic fighting games from the Dragon Ball Z series, Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Released for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, this collection brings enhanced graphics and high-definition visuals to the original games, offering fans an opportunity to experience the intense battles and storylines with updated aesthetics. These games are tournament fighters, and a lot of the gameplay mechanics involve combining button presses with separate directional inputs to produce different strings of attacks and combos. Eventually, you can use special moves like the Kamehameha and the Special Beam Cannon. The story modes of these two titles are faithful to the original PS2 releases, and they involve playing through the most iconic arcs throughout the entire Dragon Ball Z saga. The character roster even includes all the most iconic characters from the Dragon Ball Z universe. Also, the soundtrack of this game is absolutely amazing. The games include both the original Japanese voice actor cast and the English dub option as well. All in all, this is a must-have for your Xbox 360 collection, and I would seriously recommend buying this one as soon as you can. Next up, we have Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland is a skateboarding video game developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. Released in 2005 for various platforms, including the 360, it stands out as probably the most ambitious entry in the Tony Hawk series, due to its open-world design and immersive story mode. Unlike the previous entries of the series, American Wasteland features a seamless open world with no loading times between levels. Players can explore a fictionalized version of Los Angeles, performing skateboarding tricks and completing missions across interconnected areas. In addition to the story mode, the game does in fact include a classic mode that features traditional time levels where players aim to complete specific goals, reminiscent of the older Tony Hawk games. The game has an amazing soundtrack, with everything to punk, emo, rock, and hip-hop, and the game can be played solo or split screen. This is another must-have for anyone looking to fill their 360 library before the 360 store closes and the prices of all these games start to increase. Spider-Man Web of Shadows is an action-adventure game developed by Shaba Games and published by Activision. Released in 2008 for multiple platforms including PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. The game is notable for its unique storyline, dynamic combat system, and moral choices that affect the game's outcome. I must say, this game is an incredible experience, and probably the most underrated Spider-Man game in existence. The game features an original storyline, where Spider-Man has to save New York City from a symbiote invasion. One of the most captivating aspects is the moral choice system, which allows you to switch between the heroic red suit and the darker black suit. Each suit offers different powers and combat styles, making the gameplay dynamic and engaging. The combat system is a real highlight. It's fluid and allows for seamless transitions between ground and aerial attacks. Swinging through an open-world New York City never gets old, and the environment changes as the story progresses, which keep things fresh and exciting. The game also includes appearances from various Marvel characters, both allies and enemies, which adds depth to the storyline and makes for some interesting interactions and battles. What really stood out to me was the impact of the moral choices on the game's ending. Spoiler alert, you can kill Wolverine, and depending on the decisions you make throughout the game, you can experience different outcomes, adding a layer of replayability. Despite some technical issues and occasional repetitive missions, the game's strength in storytelling and combat more than make up for the minor flaws. If you're a fan of Spider-Man or enjoy action-adventure games with a strong narrative and dynamic combat, Spider-Man Web of Shadows is definitely worth playing, and one that I would recommend adding to your 360 collection. The Saboteur is another must-play on the 360, especially because it's engaging and well-crafted storyline. Playing as Sean Devlin in The Saboteur was such a gripping experience. What really pulled me in was Sean's intense personal vendetta against the Nazi regime. It's not just about the war for him, it's deeply personal. His best friend gets brutally killed by a Nazi officer, and this loss fuels his rage and determination throughout the entire game. You can feel his pain and anger driving every mission, making his journey incredibly compelling. This personal motive adds a raw emotional layer to the story, making it so much more than just a typical war game. You're not just fighting to liberate Paris. You're right there with Sean, seeking justice and revenge for his fallen friend. As Sean joins the French resistance, the story revolves around sabotaging Nazi operations and liberating Paris. This theme of fighting against oppression and reclaiming the city is both inspiring and empowering. Each mission contributes to weakening Nazi control, which is visually represented by the shift from black and white to color within the different areas of the game's world. If you haven't already guessed it, the game is set during World War II in Nazi-occupied Paris, which adds a rich historical context to the story. The inclusion of real historical events and figures blended with fictional elements creates an immersive and believable open world. With prices likely to increase as this one becomes harder to find, now is the perfect time to grab a copy and dive into this thrilling adventure. Don't miss out on this gem before it becomes another collector's item. Lollipop Chainsaw is an action hack-and-slash game developed by Grasshopper Manufacture and published by Warner Bros. Released in 2012 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, the game is known for its unique blend of humor, style, and over-the-top action. The game follows Juliet Starling, a high school cheerleader who wields a chainsaw to fight off a zombie outbreak caused by her goth classmate. Set in the fictional San Romero High School, Juliet's mission is to save her classmates and family while battling through hordes of zombies and grotesque bosses. The gameplay revolves around fast-paced combat where Juliet uses her chainsaw and cheerleading moves to slay hordes of zombies. Players can execute various combos, quick-time events, and special moves. Lollipop Chainsaw is filled with hilarious moments and witty dialogue. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, offering a fun and light-hearted experience despite the zombie apocalypse setting. The game includes an amazing soundtrack featuring punk rock, pop, and more, which enhances the energetic and offbeat tone of the game. Overall, if you're looking for a fun, unconventional game with plenty of personality, Lollipop Chainsaw is definitely worth checking out. Lord of the Rings Conquest is an action game developed by Pandemic Studios and published by Electronic Arts. Released in 2009 for the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC, the game allows players to experience epic battles from the Lord of the Rings series, both from the perspective of the forces of good and evil. The Lord of the Rings Conquest lets players battle through 16 levels split evenly between the War of the Ring and the Rise of Sauron campaigns. In the War of the Rings, players fight against the forces of evil, reliving some of the most iconic battles from the films. And on the other end, the Rise of Sauron offers an alternate storyline where players join the side of darkness and reshape the history of Middle-earth with an evil twist. Both campaigns are playable solo or in local split screen, with up to 3 friends, making it a versatile and enjoyable experience for single players and groups alike. The game features multiple different classes and allows you to control iconic hero units from the Lord of the Rings franchise, such as Aragorn, Legolas, Gandalf, and Sauron. These heroes have unique abilities that can significantly impact the battle, making the gameplay even more thrilling. The game features visuals and a soundtrack inspired by the film trilogy, creating an immersive Middle-earth experience. The detailed environments and character design enhance the overall feel of the game. The 2 campaigns, multiple classes, and iconic heroes ensure that each playthrough feels fresh and exciting. If you love The Lord of the Rings, this game is a must-play. It offers a unique opportunity to experience key battles from the series from both sides of the conflict. The Godfather is a 2006 open-world action-adventure video game developed by EA Redwood Shores and published by Electronic Arts. The game closely follows the plot of the iconic 1972 film, allowing you to experience key events and interact with famous characters from the movie. You play as Aldo Trapani, an up-and-coming mobster looking to rise through the ranks of the Corleone family. Set in a beautifully recreated 1940s New York City, the game offers an expansive open-world environment where you can complete missions, engage in side activities, and explore iconic locations from the set of the film. Completing missions and taking over businesses increase your standing within the Corleone family, allowing you to unlock new abilities and opportunities. If you're a fan of The Godfather or enjoy mafia-themed games, this title offers an authentic and engaging experience. The storyline, combined with a detailed recreation of the 1940s New York, provides a rich and immersive setting. Given the rising interest in unique and nostalgic titles, it's a great time to buy The Godfather the game on Xbox 360 before the prices go up. Trust me, you won't regret stepping into the shoes of a Corleone mobster and experiencing the thrilling world of organized crime. Next up is one of my personal favorites from this list, that being the Simpsons game. Now, the Simpsons game follows the Simpsons family as they discover that they are part of a video game. The story begins with Bart finding a video game manual that gives each family member unique abilities. Realizing their new powers, the family embarks on a series of adventures through various levels, each parodying popular video games and movies. Bart, Homer, Marge, and Lisa each gain special abilities as they use these powers to tackle challenges in Springfield and beyond. For example, Bart transforms into Bartman to glide and use gadgets, while Homer can turn into a giant wrecking ball. The levels are filled with parodies of famous video games. The Simpsons navigate through spoofs of Grand Theft Scratchy, their take on Grand Theft Auto, Medal of Homer, obviously parodying Medal of Honor, and Shadow of the Colossal Donut, which references Shadow of the Colossus. Through their journey, the Simpsons aim to save Springfield from various threats and challenges posed by the video game world. They must use their unique abilities to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and ultimately restore peace to Springfield. The story culminates in a showdown with the game's creators, where the Simpsons must use everything they've learned to overcome the final obstacle and secure their freedom from the video game. The Simpsons game blends humor, action, and clever references to create a fun and engaging experience that captures the spirit of the beloved TV show. If you're a fan of the series or enjoy comedic action games, this is a must-play and a must-own for any Xbox 360 collector. Tenchu Z is a stealth-based action-adventure video game developed by K2 LLC and published by From Software. Yes, the From Software that also created Elden Rings and a Dark Souls franchise. It was published for the Xbox 360 in 2006. The game centers around stealth, making it unique amongst other action games. You play as a customizable ninja, completing missions that require you to remain unseen, assassinate targets, and avoiding detection. The stealth mechanics are deeply satisfying, rewarding, careful planning, and execution. The game starts off by having you create your own customized ninja, selecting their appearance, abilities, and special gear. This allows for a personalized experience that caters to your preferred playstyle. As you complete missions, you earn experience points that can be used to upgrade your skills and abilities, making you deadlier in stealth and combat. Throughout the game, you'll encounter increasingly challenging enemies and complex missions. The variety of enemies and obstacles keeps the gameplay difficult and challenging. There's also a multiplayer mode that allows you to share the ninja experience with a friend and coordinate your stealth missions together as a team. Given its unique focus on stealth, customizable gameplay, and cooperative missions, Tenchu Z is a fantastic addition to any Xbox 360 library. Grab it now and dive into the shadowy world of ninja warfare before this ninja game vanishes in thin air. And finally, we have another favorite from my list here, and that is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Now this is a 2009 action role-playing game featuring characters from Marvel Comics. The game features many of our favorite characters from the Marvel Universe, including heroes like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, and Captain America, as well as villains like Venom and Green Goblin. Each character has their unique powers and abilities, offering different combat options. The dynamic combat system, fusion powers, and team-based mechanics make the gameplay engaging and strategic. Whether you enjoy brawling with enemies or planning tactical team combinations, there's something in this game for everyone. In Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, the story begins with a covert mission in Latveria, which inadvertently sparks the events leading to the Civil War. As the Superhuman Registration Act is introduced, players must choose to side with Iron Man's pro-registration forces or Captain America's anti-registration rebels. This choice impacts the storyline, leading to different missions, character interactions, and end-of-game outcomes. With the ability to choose different sides in the Civil War, upgrade characters, and form various teams, the game offers plenty of reasons to replay and explore the different outcomes. Given its engaging storyline, diverse character roster, and dynamic combat system, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 on Xbox 360 is a fantastic addition to any game library, and I would recommend picking up right away, as this is probably my personal favorite game within the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 franchise. That wraps up our list of must-buy Xbox 360 games before the store closure. I hope you found some great titles to add to your collection. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gaming content. Let me know in the comments which Xbox 360 games you think are essential, or if there are any hidden gems that I missed out on. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming. Don't forget to grab these classic games while you still can. I'll see you in the next one. Till next time, have a great day.